Missouri gets another sweep of Alabama, 2 on the season for the Tigers. They go home for Thanksgiving with a 3-0 win over Alabama. Welcome back inside the Hearn Center. Courtney Lau, Jenny Hazelwood, and we're joined now by Missouri head coach Wayne Kreklow. And Coach, I want to talk about Alyssa Mundlin and blocking. You were just telling us the difference for her. She's really working with her hands more this season.
You know, she's just become such more discipline than she in the past. She was just a phenomenal athlete. It was just up high and just everywhere. And this year, she's worked so hard at being disciplined with her hands. I think her eye work is much better. You know, she's getting to the point of the attack quickly, but she's not flying. You know, she's up there and she's a load when she does that.
You definitely seem to have that sort of discipline across the board with your blockers. Is it something that you guys really put a big emphasis on in teaching that? Do you spend a lot of time on that each day?
You know, we have, we haven't done as much as it, at this time of the year just because we're trying to save legs a little bit, but early on in the spring and then in the preseason. And I have to say, you know, Josh Taylor's done a wonderful job. He's in charge of most of the blocking schemes and does a lot of the calling and stuff, and he's done a phenomenal job, and he's really helped them a ton too.
You have so many attackers who can be on at any given night. What is it like to have that depth, and how helpful is it, especially this time of year?
Well, it's really a big plus because, you know, and you kind of see this from match to match is, you know, like today, Mel had a great night. You know, the other night she was a little bit off, but Sid had a great night. And then Kira, Kayla, Alyssa. I mean, having the depth is a really big plus, and it just allows us to weather, you know, the ups and downs that, you know, players typically run into at times.
How do you feel about going into your final match of the regular season against Florida?
Well, it's not going to be an easy task. You know, we're well aware of what we're up against and how good they are. So, you know, hopefully, I know our kids will be ready, and it should be a fun afternoon. And, you know, those to me are kind of free ones. You know, it's just an opportunity to compete against some of the best in the country. And I told the kids last time, that's what you train for. That's what you work hard for all year long, to be in that kind of environment. So at that point, you know, you let it rip and you go.
I wanted to talk a little bit about, we saw some really scrappy defensive plays, and Kayla Caffey, too, at the net seemed to really be aggressive.
I mean, Kayla was all over. Her and Riley Sense were the two that really stuck out to me as just all over. And that one, I don't know, in that second game, the second set, when Kayla was just, she was on the floor, and then she's up blocking, and then she's over here, and then she's over there. And, I mean, she was just, like, everywhere, and that same number just kept popping up. And, I mean, but she's a really phenomenal athlete. And, you know, at that point, she wasn't thinking. She was just reacting, and when she does that, she's pretty good.
How much has Alyssa helped her?
I mean, Alyssa's been a great example, and what Alyssa's done so well every day is just show Kayla about, you know, this is what an all-conference player, this is what a potential All-American player does every day in practice, and so she's been a great role model for Kayla.
Big win for Missouri. They get the sweep over Alabama. One more match in the regular season to go for Missouri, but tonight they come out with the win. They leave the Hearn Center with a 3-0 win over Alabama for the second time this season. A big win in Columbia. Melanie Crow leading the way with 12 kills. Missouri moving on. They improved to 13-4 in SEC play.